Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. An interesting revelation provided by the New Voice of Ukraine. Actually, not provided by them, but they are the messengers here, and they will tell us approximately what is the military power of NATO in Europe and what is the Ukrainians' military power in report to NATO. And it's very interesting because I'm 100% certain that Ukraine didn't have this proportion, this amount of military power before February 24th, 2023. So let's see what's going on. This article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine from April 23rd. It's Sunday. Ukraine's military capabilities exceed 2/3 of NATO's in Europe, says expert. So let's say that Ukraine is part of NATO, which I think let's put Ukraine together with NATO, so we have 5 pieces here, right? So we got 3 NATO and let's say 2, let's consider them in Ukraine. So Ukraine would have about 2/5, and NATO would have in Europe 3/5. All right, that's how I see this thing here. So Ukraine military capabilities exceed 2/3. Do you understand that Ukraine is more than half the Europe's NATO capability? That's something. It's unbelievable. But hey, that's what it is. That means then actually NATO is very weak, if you look at it that way. I mean, all we need is just Russians to mobilize 2 million people, and if they have enough armament, that means they can go to Atlantic Ocean. I'm exaggerating, and I don't think they really can do that. But never know. I mean, if you, all right, I'm not gonna fantasize now. Let's quote what this guy is saying here. I said 2 years ago that Ukraine had long ago surpassed the status, state and conditions of a potential membership action plan, MAP, said Romaniuk. We had long ago fulfilled those requirements, starting from 2008, when at the Bucharest summit we were refused entry to NATO, but we were told that the alliance's doors are open to Ukraine. Today, the MAP is no longer relevant. End quote. According to the expert, we got experts, Ukraine itself is already a criterion for the selection and entry of any country in compliance with the alliance's requirements, such as what? And I'm quoting, as of today, Ukraine exceeds 2/3 of the alliance's total military posture in Europe, our combat strength, level, and so on. No, I want that so on. That's very important, the so on right here. Yeah, combat strength you might have, level, because you provide them with their weapons. That means the Chinese, for instance, should be also accepted into NATO alliance. Let's be idiots a little bit, because they have combat strength and a level. I think they're comparable, aren't they? And the so on, that detail so on matters a lot, I guess, because it didn't have anything else that would be, like concrete. He said, adding that Ukraine's entry in NATO is restrained by the hot phase of the war. Yeah, that's one point. That's true. That's true. And I'm quoting, we must understand that NATO does not want to be dragged, so to speak, into the war between Russia and Ukraine, said Romaniuk. Yes, let me put it differently for you. The guys that are behind you, they don't want to fight with their boys, they want to fight with your boys. Yes, that's correct. And that tells me that the Russians actually were right before they, how do you call that, unprovoked attacked your country. Said that, hey, you guys, NATO is already in Ukraine and you guys are ready to attack us. Therefore, we have to stop that because that's a national security threat to us. And the Americans said, we don't have a national security threat. We decided you don't have it. But we have it all over the world. All right. And I'm quoting again. It wants to maintain its autonomy and not give Russia a reason to take the lead, raise the stakes, and give the opportunity to say that it is actually at war with NATO. But okay, yeah, like Russia needs to how should I put it? This is another thing that really, really, how should I say, baffles me in this thing is from the Russian perspective. I guarantee you, the other side, NATO, European Union, they did a lot of things that they could see as illegal, which is the sanctions, freezing their assets, kicking them out of SWIFT, G7 thing, and so on, putting all kind of caps on their resources, on oil and all that. I think they see that all these things are illegal, So I wonder why the Russians continue to, like, oh my God, is this in the legal boundaries or something? I don't get 100%. You know what? We're gonna be a rogue right now. Oh yeah, do you consider us rogue? Let me show you what rogue means. So I don't think this expert is really understand what's going on. The Russians can tomorrow say, wait, we don't listen to anybody anymore. That's it. We don't abide by anything. United Nations, you fuck, everybody. But the problem is, I think, is this. Russia is smarter than that, and it tries to build another alliance, which has been obvious for some time. That's going to be the alternative to NATO and the European Union, blah, 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 40-some states. That's all. They got 40 states. That's all they got. Because I include Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea. That's it. And maybe a Palau and Tsupau and Kapau and Balau. Few islands somewhere. That's all they got. So this is US's hegemony. And that's it. And Russia and China create an alternative. So they want to keep I don't want to say the pretense or is not, that, well, we're going to follow international law, we're going to follow this, we're going to do this. So other countries say, hey, look at these guys, they give us a better alternative than the drunk bully with a shotgun in a parking lot. Hey, are you doing what I want? Are you going to do what I want? Yeah? Where are you going? Dance. That's how certain countries see it. And they don't want this guy. They see how the Western countries treated Russia, kicking them out of SWIFT, putting all sanctions on them, trying to destroy their ruble, their economy, and so on. How they put all the military to destroy these guys for something that could have been avoided. And other countries and people are not that idiot. They see this and say, wait a minute, if these guys they can us in an instant. So we need protection. We don't want this guy because this guy is, as I said, a drunk guy with a shotgun, loaded shotgun in a parking lot, and you have no way to run. So you say, oh, that guy gives us at least the pretense of following the law and all that. So I think that's why the Russians are not going that rogue. They just react. Oh, you kick our diplomats out? Okay, we're going to return the favor. We're going to kick ours. Oh, you're going to impose sanctions on us? Okay, then we're going to impose sanctions on you. I haven't seen so far the Russians like doing first, you know what, we're just going to go over there and going to do that. They told everybody else, guys, this is a security concern, Ukraine. Let's discuss this. This is the framework. This is what we can negotiate. This is what we can discuss. They didn't want to hear about it. They want to hear about it. Okay, then you let me in the same position you let Japan in 1940 or 41, let's put it this way. And they say, what the hell? You tell me where I can go and buy my resources for my economy. You tell me you can't buy in the China. I can't buy there. I can't go over there. I can't trade with those because you tell me so from across Pacific. What the hell is this? You're gonna react. Hey. No, we don't want to hear about it. And they did what they did. Do I find justification? No, but I think you should take that into consideration as well. When you say, well, they just attacked Pearl Harbor because they're just evil. I mean, yeah, you can say that to a toddler or to a person who watches Hollywood movies all day. Yes, he's going to buy that. But other people who know a little bit more say, wait a second, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's like I tell you, hey, Gigi, we are here. You can't buy your groceries for any store in here. You have to go 3 countries to the east to buy your groceries. What are you going to do? You're going to do that? And your children are starving, let's say. What are you going to do? You're going to look for me when I'm going to be or taking a piss and try to hit me in the back with a baseball bat if you can't take me straight. You know what I mean? That's what you're going to try. And if I don't fall down after Pearl Harbor, I'm going to give up. And that's what, anyway, put it in that context and see if you would like it. Well, anyway, let's go back to these guys, see what else they have to say here. The expert, again, suggested that conditions of offering Ukraine membership in NATO, particularly by the United States, may arise at the NATO summit in Washington 2024. It's not going to be, my friends, until they do something about the war, because they don't want to fight. They don't want to fight with the Russians. I'm talking about anybody else, not even the Poles, because they know, as I said many times, the Russians will have a short fuse with the Poles and with the Baltic states. These guys, if they do only this, active military over there, and the Russians consider that's a declaration of war, I don't think they will hit them like with tanks and missiles, with caliber missiles and S-300s. I think they're going to name up. But hey, that's me. That's why I'm concerned with these guys. And they know it. You know why they know it? Because none of these countries dared to say, you know what, we're going to go in. Nah, they're not going to go in. Because they know for certain the Russians are like this. Come on, guys, go in. Which one? Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Poland? Which one? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. And they know that. They know that. And that's why they stay. And the Americans are not going to be crazy to push them unless they get desperate, but they know what's coming either. And I'm pretty sure the Americans and the Russians are communicating behind the scenes 100%. And they don't talk like, hey, excuse me, how are you doing? Hey, mofo, if you do this, I'm going to do this. I'm telling you, I'm going to do this. I swear God, I'm going to fuck you up. That's how they talk. They think they're going to be like, oh, yes. No. Anyway, some of them are thugs. you can look at them and figure out how thugs they are. I can name one, but anyway, I can name more than one. But hey, you never know what's happening. So you gotta keep your mouth shut from time to time. Or, auto censor. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.